Welcome back. We are continuing to follow the tragic news of that plane and helicopter crash near Washington, D.C. 60 passengers and 4 crew members were on board that American Airlines flight 5342 from Wichita to Washington. The Black Hawk helicopter was in the process of training a crew of 3. And those crew members, we are told, were experienced pilots. CBS News also learning they were wearing night vision goggles during that flight. At least 30 bodies so far have been recovered from the Potomac River by search and rescue teams. And as we mentioned earlier, officials believe there are no survivors from this crash. CBS News has not yet confirmed all the people on that flight, but the families of those passengers, we are told, have been notified. At least 1 black box was also recovered from the river so far. All right, let's take a look at the flight tracker. You can follow the path of that American Airlines flight from Wichita, Kansas to Reagan National Airport near Washington, D.C. This map is courtesy of FlightRadar24.com. Newly appointed Secretary of Transportation Sean Duffy said both aircraft carried out normal flight patterns leading up to this crash.
The helicopter was in a standard pattern. If you live in the D.C. area, you'll see helicopters up and down the river. This flight pattern is seen oftentimes when you live in D.C. This was a standard flight pattern last night as well. The American Airlines flight coming into land was in a standard flight pattern as it was coming into DCA. So this was not unusual with a military aircraft flying the river and aircraft landing at DCA.
All right, let's go live now to CBS News Philadelphia reporter Ryan Hughes. Ryan, thank you for being with us. You're in Arlington, Virginia, which is not far from the Potomac River where the crash happened. What are you seeing there on the ground?
Hey there, Liz. Good afternoon. Yeah, we are right across from Gravelly Point Park, which is on the west bank of the Potomac River. Behind me, you can see there is still a very large response and an active scene out here. We've seen members of the FBI. We've seen members of Alexandria and the Arlington Police Departments, fire departments from across the D.C. area. And we've also seen fireboats in the water at this hour. We just saw one return to the bank just about maybe 10, 15 minutes ago. There's one right there. Maybe you can see in the distance with that blue flashing light. They keep doing sweeps up and back throughout the Potomac, likely still searching for bodies in the water. As you mentioned, at last check, we were told at least 30 bodies have been recovered, and the DC Fire and EMS police chief said this is going to take some time. They're going to be doing this for hours on end, and he's very confident that they will be able to recover every body that went into the frigid waters of the Potomac last night. But again, it's a process. It's going to take some time, but we are still seeing a very, very large and very active scene out here at the base of the Potomac River.
Yeah, a heartbreaking process. 60 passengers, 4 crew members on that American Airlines flight. What are we learning about the people on board the American Airlines flight?
Well, we've been talking with some people that have been coming right to where we are standing. I spoke to one Lyft driver. He says that his friend was driving a Lyft last night. He takes this route every single day going to Reagan National. He says he saw that flash of light and he heard that loud explosion, and his first thought went to who is on board that plane. As we've been reporting, members of the figure skating community were reportedly on board. Their coaches, their family members, their friends. They were at a training in Wichita after competing there. I think the president also confirmed that there were some Russian nationals on board, a husband and wife who won championships in 1994, who now live in the States. I think they also now are coaches or were coaches. So a devastating reality for many people in the figure skating community, a very close-knit community. Members of the skating club in Boston also confirming that at least 6 of their members were also on board the plane. And also speaking with that Lyft driver, one question that he had for me, and a question that we all share and that many people are thinking, how could something like this happen? Was there some kind of miscommunication? Traveling on a plane is the safest or one of the safest forms of travel. He and many others want to know, how could this happen?
Yeah, we haven't seen a crash like this in over a decade, Ryan. You're standing there on the ground. You're near the airport. The first few planes now taking off from Reagan National Airport. It sounds like it's almost business as usual. They grounded all the flights there this morning, so I'm curious how the crash is impacting travelers now that the airport is up and running again.
Yes, we had a crew at the airport earlier this morning when the flights were still not taking off. The airport was shut down. The airport reopened around 11 o'clock this morning. As you saw over my shoulder, we're seeing now those airplanes landing. This is the main runway at Reagan National. We've seen planes taking off, but you have to expect that domino effect when you had the airport closed for several hours overnight. It's just a domino effect as to the delays and possible other cancellations. Where we are back home in Philadelphia, several flights were actually diverted to PHL. I know that a couple of other airlines went to different other neighboring airports. So it's going to take some time to get everything back running up as business as usual. A couple of people at the airport told us if you are planning to fly out today from Reagan National, expect some delays and to, of course, call your airline ahead of time to make sure that everything is on time.
You know, across the freeway there, you mentioned that that's really the search and recovery effort that is going on. Are you also seeing some officials with the investigation into what happened with this crash? We know the FAA is obviously involved, NTSB, but what about the military? Are you seeing other officials in that area?
We have not seen any military officials in this area. We have seen members of the FBI. And again, we've seen a lot of law enforcement from across the DMV, Arlington, Alexandria. And we've also seen those fire boats, DC Fire and EMS. They remain in the water. I can see a boat right off of my shoulder. Again, we haven't seen any of those military members in this spot. They could be beyond. We're a little bit kept at a distance here. So they could be, but I personally have not seen them. But this will be an active scene for some time as this heartbreaking recovery process continues this afternoon.
Yeah, so many unanswered questions. All right, CBS News Philadelphia reporter Ryan Hughes. Thanks so much, Ryan.